So what is up guys, Killerkev today back with a brand new episode of 5 new console mods to hit the Bethesda.net website. Today is going to be episode 30. It's going to be a double upload today just because it's Monday. Why the hell not? Let's just jump straight into the video. For our first spot is going to be the Ranger's Call, Fletching and Archery Overhaul. Now some of us were born to wield swords, some of us to wield their fists, while others enjoy the sure flight of a simple arrow flying into their enemy's skull. The conundrum of a true ranger is finding the right bow and the right projectile. Imagine crafting a choice of the kind of arrows you wish, swift or forceful, depending on your bow. These arrows will offer you more choices however you choose to use them within combat as to your utility. And the features of this mod allow you to obtain some more features within your perks, that is to do with smithing and obviously to do with your archery. I think the majority of this mod is actually going to require the Daedric smithing perk to create some of these particular arrows and obviously as well some of the weapons too. We've got the swift arrows that are faster and go further. With a tough bow they are able to strike true from a long distance, allowing you to control the battlefield when more than 2 enemies are around. Also comes with force arrows. These have an impact into the target and are able sometimes to daze the enemy, allowing more freedom of use of faster bows or damage when you are able to toy with the enemy a lot longer. Torch arrows, featuring the wonderful torch arrow from Julinder. You are able to learn how to craft the torch arrows if you head into Solitude's Fletcher's shop. You'll need to read the note, or for the bolts you will need to find the info at Sorogen's shop. I think I said that correctly. There are 3 new bows within this mod as well. There are 3 new glass bows. Each of these bows offers something unique that can be acquired to the playstyle of your choosing. The Ranger bow. This bow offers several upgrades that you can keep at the same time throughout your journey and not worry about any other bows. To begin, you need to have Overdraw, Archery Mastery, the Ranger Ring, a long bow, some hawk feathers, and some other few ingredients to create this absolutely sensational bow. The second part opens up when you have the first bow made from the Eagle Eye and the Steady Hand perk, as well as crafting some rings. On the third tier requires the previous items plus to be level 22. The final bow requires you to be level 50. Each stage of the bow offers something and upgradable throughout all of the particular stages that you do upgrade it. So obviously there's 3 different tiers to this particular one bow, which is going to be the Ranger bow. I think if anyone's going to dive into this, then this is going to be definitely for the people that are heavily into the archery. It takes a lot of time and requirements to build up all these different bows. The next is going to be the Silver Ball bow, perfect for fighting against vampires and werewolves. This bow will complement anyone's arsenal. Draven's bow. Draven now has a unique bow. After returning the bow, he will grant you a recipe that you can make your own version to this particular weapon as well. The Ranger's Ring, craft that from at any smelter. All these bows as well can be upgraded through any particular forge, and all vanilla arrows are now retextured. If you want to go and see a full rundown of every mod compiled within this mod, then go into the description below, click that link and have a little look. If you're heavily into your archery, which I know a lot of people are, then this is going to be a mod for you. This has had so many downloads and so many favorites just because it is a roundup of probably all the best Ranger mods out there to do with the Bethesda.net, or even possibly in Skyrim, all compiled into one. Highly recommend grabbing this one if you do want to dabble within the bow and you want something a little bit extra than the game already offers. Now, if bows are not your thing, then this is definitely going to be up your street. This is the Dark Souls weapon pack. This is it to Xbox One and for PC. This mod introduces a ton, and I literally mean a ton, of different variations of weapons from all the Dark Souls games into Skyrim. You're going to need the Daedric smithing perk to create most of these, if not all of these, and the pack includes so many different swords, great swords, warhammer, lances, war axes, a few halberds, and some scythes. If you want to go and check out everything in this mod, then you are going to go down in the description, click that link and have a little look. I'm not too sure how many weapons are here. They're an absolute ton. I'm going to be showing quite a few on screen now. This is definitely a contester for one of my top 5 favorites for the end of the week, just because it has so much stuff integrated within this mod. Really do like it. All the textures are great. Had no problem with this. For a 96.6 MB download, it's definitely worth a steal for the amount of content that you actually get with this mod. For our next spot is going to be Historical Revival, the Roman Era. Now, we've covered a previous mod absolutely ages ago to do with the vanilla based game of Skyrim. It was pretty much similar to this mod, and what this mod allows your game to do is actually change the whole aspect of everything. The Imperials and the Stormcloaks, I do believe, I know for a fact that it is Imperials, to reskin all the armors and all the NPCs to do with the game into historical Roman gear. That's all the way from the bottom ranks to the top ranks, obviously corresponding with the ranks with it in game, and they look absolutely awesome. You can actually wear these yourself, but I do know for a fact that a lot of NPCs within the game are currently wearing these particular armors. It's a really nice mod. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. Unfortunately, the description of this particular mod is all in French, but that does not affect you and your gameplay, so I highly recommend grabbing this. It is a large download, please do bear that in mind. This is going to be a 202 MB download. But for the weapons, the crafting, all the arms and the NPCs and the immersion of this historical event is definitely going to be one to grab. 110% recommend everyone grabbing this. Again, this is probably going to be in one of my top 5s just for the amount of stuff that you do get within this. And I'm going to be replugging that link, or this link, within that old video, because I know a lot of people are still viewing that, commenting, and definitely wants that experience in Special Edition. For a penultimate spot is going to be all racial powers and abilities. Now, I don't know if you guys have a similar problem, but when I start a new game, particular with any particular game that has a customization menu, or you can pick and choose what kind of race you are choosing, they all have different attributes and abilities. Now with this mod, it actually takes everything out on that. This is for Xbox One and for PS4, so have no fear. But the mod author did originally create this mod for personal use, but however, the interest of this was absolutely huge, and it's had a ton of downloads and a ton of views within that short period of time. Everyone is loving this mod. Now you're probably thinking, what does this mod do? This mod adds a book which you can read, and it gives your character the different options to choose any of the racial powers and abilities within there. Pretty much a giant book of excitement, that's for damn sure. Jump straight into it, choose which one you want. These books are located in the Warden's chest in Helgen Keep. You can also buy them from the Riverwood trader, which I did, and he sells you them for 2 septim a piece. Definitely a bargain for anyone to grab. This is only going to be 8.7 KB. Absolute steal. Recommend grabbing everyone to grab this, just for the fact of, I know a lot of people will like different racial attributes and abilities, and obviously those powers. A massive increase such as Battle Rage, Berserk Rage, Dragon Skin, and a load of other different things to do with the Khajiit. I know I will be picking this up and definitely trying it, and possibly, who knows, it's possibly a big contender for a keeper. And for our last spot is going to be a PS4 exclusive mod as it currently stands to date. This is the light Daedric armor. Now a lot of people do have an issue with the heavier sets, and a lot of people obviously want to be running around with the lighter sets. Daedric does not have that, unfortunately. Vanilla based game, it only has the heavy stuff. Well, this one is pretty damn cool. It introduces a light version of Daedric. Now there are a few consequences for this mod. They're not bad consequences, but they are relative to do with the mod. Now the light armor is going to have half the amount of armor value rating as the heavier one. This does seem fair, and it does seem very realistic, and it should have been added into the base game. These mods are very essential to anyone to add into the game. A lot of people just want to be running around with the light versions of that particular armor, and now you actually have it with the light Daedric armor. Great for anyone that's a caster or possibly a ranger. This is definitely going to be one for you. So that's it for this video, guys. That has been episode 30. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is going to be a double episode, exactly the same time as this one. As you're watching it now, there is another one. Go and check that one out. There's a ton of mods in there which are absolutely insane too. In this video we covered quite a few mods, and I actually really enjoy some of them, and they definitely are keepers and definitely contenders for the top 5s that are coming up at the end of the week on my channel. Guys, if you're new around here, click the subscribe button, turn on that little bell to get notifications for every time I upload to the channel. But until the next one, guys, Killerkev and Killerkev out.